Hi, this is Dana with TD Binks, and I just thought I'd do a little garden tour. This is the end of August, so things are kind of winding down a little bit. And our cucumbers succumbed to the powdery mildew, it seems. I did get I don't know, maybe a dozen cucumbers, and there's one right here that I can probably use even though it didn't get finished yet. There's a plant right next to it that may give us some, but I don't know. It has that mildew on it too. I won't climb over there, but it's it starts changing color like that, and then it ends up like this, so everything dies. We've got some hot peppers, and we're probably going to pick those and either freeze them or make pepper jelly out of them. Got some nice ones there. Yeah, those are some good ones. So got quite a few of those. Peppers did really good this year. And our cherry tomatoes, they also did very well. We're working on those. Been eating them. I roasted some for spaghetti sauce. I'm trying to get this to focus. My old Nikon, sometimes it focuses and sometimes it doesn't, so, but I'm sure you know what a tomato looks like. Our cabbage, I'm still not sure about this. We've got a double head coming in right there, and the groundhogs really worked on this one. We've had a terrible groundhog problem this year, so hopefully we might get one or two, but cabbage is cheap, so if we want to make some sauerkraut or anything like that, then you know, it's like I said, it's easy to get. The purple cabbage, we might get some out of that. It hasn't been bothered a whole lot, even though it had a little bit of the worms in it and stuff, but they seem to be coming along okay. Then there's our rogue potatoes, and we have done some potatoes up, but they were kind of small. I don't know, just with no rain and stuff, we've had to do an awful lot of watering this year. This trailing out into the yard here is a spaghetti squash, and the one plant ended up with the powdery mildew, and that's what's left of it. And the rest of it right here is doing pretty good. Let's see. We got one. There he is. He's in there. Hopefully it'll make it. And then there's one hanging on the fence right there. So get two out of all this vine. Lots of flowers, but we had, I think bunny rabbits were eating the flowers up. Take a look at that gorgeous sky. Wow. We're just about ready to lose our light here, so I'm just gonna run through this real quick and take a look at our blackberries. And they came along better than I thought. Didn't hurt to have some rain. That looks like a good picker right there. In fact, I might indulge when I'm talking to you. Ha! Very good. Although there doesn't seem to be enough to do a lot with, and so I just been picking them and freezing them, and see what I'll do with them later. Might make syrup out of them or something. For the most part, the birds have left them alone. So I have some Baltimore Orioles here that I feed them jelly. Look at my hibiscus, man. These things have just exploded. Somebody says you can make tea out of them, but I don't know what part of it to make tea out of, so I have to look that up. These things are gorgeous. Look at this. Huge. Bigger than my hand. Alright, over here to the mess. This was my salad garden, and weeds have kind of taken over. I still have some dill left, and I was fussing earlier this year about having so much dill, but I ended up using almost all of it when I learned how to ferment. So, and look at all this. This is all chamomile. So I've been picking the flowers off. Looks like I need to get back out here and pick some more flowers off. And you dry them and make tea. Chamomile tea. Sage did good. That's just a carrot that I stuck in the pot. My basil, not so good. Basil just didn't do good at all this year. I'm kind of disappointed because I've usually had basil like crazy. If you don't grow anything else in your life, what you need to grow is zinnias, because they are so beautiful and just color everywhere. So you get all this beautiful color, and then you get the bees, the pollinators, the butterflies, and then the finches, the golden finches. They come and they pull the seeds out and eat the seeds. And I've even seen the hummingbirds over here too. It's not really a type of flower that they thrive on, but oh, I just got the sun in my eye. But it just gorgeous. I mean, how would you like to look out in your backyard and see this every day? It's amazing. That and my sunflowers, which the sun going down is kind of blanking them out. But look how tall this guy is right here. It hasn't started blooming yet. There's a concern about my beans. This is all beans. This is what I call bean tunnel. What this is 2 cattle panels bent into an arch, and then they're fastened to the posts here. And there's actually 3 of them. But the beans are starting to come on. I was a little bit worried that we weren't going to have any, but I need to get out here and start picking some. And so it's really easy to grow beans this way, pole beans, because you just reach up and yank them down. Yeah, I got some there. So I need to get out here and get these done. And I might ferment them. Has some recipes for fermenting what they call dilly beans, and everybody makes a big dill out of them. And sounds really good. They're kind of hot and spicy. This is where the broccoli was, and the broccoli did real good. We had to really fight the worms off, but we got some pretty good hauls of broccoli out of here. Then we decided that we were going to try to plant some fall crops, and this was 2 rows of green beans, and they were coming up really well. And then we had a groundhog that ate the leaves off of every single one. Could not believe it. So we don't have a groundhog anymore. Took care of that. We've had so many groundhogs this year. It's been ridiculous. They got in here and completely stripped my neighbor's corn. I mean, every single stalk. 3 rows of corn. And he probably knows it now, but it just happened like overnight. I feel really bad for him. We got peppers. Peppers like crazy. So I need to get out here and start picking those. There's some green peppers. They're in there. They're just the same color as the plant. Oh, there's a good one right there. So much leaves. And then we got some, these are mild. They're also sweet. Yeah. This is, we got this growing all over the place. This is just a wild plant, but it's called lamb's quarters. and it's actually very good. You can just eat it, put it in a salad. You can stir fry it, and it's got kind of a buttery texture to it, sorta. But there's nothing wrong in eating it. Just make sure you don't have any bugs. Wash it like everything else. But it tastes very good, and it's very nutritious. My carrots, I need to get out here maybe tomorrow and yank the rest of these up and start doing something with those. I will probably can them. I was pretty worried about them. There's one. And these are Danner shorts. And the reason I choose them is because they grow good in this soil. It's kind of a clay soil. Our tomatoes just went bonkers. The plants are so heavy that even though I tied them up, they were so heavy they just slid down the poles. So the vines are just loaded like this, and I'm sure that I have a lot to come in here and pick. I can't remember what these are. Somewhere is buried. They're an heirloom variety. No, these are jet stars. I'm sorry, these are jet stars, and they grow in clusters. See, I got some really good ones in there. And I had to come out here one night, you probably saw the video, and pick off a horned tomato hornworm. So yeah, I've got some harvesting to do. We'll let it go till tomorrow because I don't really have any plans. But like I said, these plants were so heavy that they just slid down the poles. Heavy with tomatoes. Now here's the heirloomed variety. And if anybody knows what these are, let me know. And that's just heirlooms kind of get, you know, they're warty and all, but they're really, really good flavor to them. And then what else? Just the carrots, more peppers back here. These are hot peppers. Like I said, we're going to make pepper jelly. Horseradish. That's what this is, big horseradish. And that's about it. So that's the garden in the fall. We watch a lot of YouTube videos and, you know, learning how to do stuff. Our tomatoes were probably the best that they've ever been because we learned how to prune the leaves off the bottom. You shouldn't have any leaves touching the ground because the disease comes up from the ground into the plant. And I can't say that we had any kind of blossom end rot, which is it comes up through there somehow, and so our tomatoes have been the best ever. We did some stuff not right. You know, it's a learning process, and any gardener will tell you that they don't know everything. And like I said, we watch these YouTube videos, and we're kind of all in this together, and we learn from each other. So hopefully, you know, we've taught you a few things here, and we'll get back here in a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed the garden tour. And one of my friends asked me to do a video about why I choose the things that I did to grow, because I had posted a picture of seeds that I had just gotten. And here's the reason that I have bought my seeds already, is because we do a garden every year, and because of COVID, we kind of sheltered in place since March, and then a month later we went out because we had grown stuff and we had canned stuff, so we didn't really need to get out. So when it was time for us to, you know, we felt like we needed to get out and do a little grocery shopping and stuff, it was about the time that we should have been getting the garden started. And what we were shocked to find was that the seeds had been, I mean, plowed through, basically, in the stores and stuff like that. There wasn't hardly anything left that we could get. So we just got some basic stuff, and then we had some seeds that we had saved. I got my hair in a mess here. we got some seeds that we had saved, you know, from previous things, the stuff we hadn't used yet and all that. And so whatever we could find, whatever we could get, we bought them, because everything had been, like I said, just scavenged through. We were shocked that so much stuff had been bought. So like I said, I listened to a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of these people that have been doing this a lot longer than me have been setting out warnings, and the warnings is that if you think it was bad this year, it's going to be even worse next year. People have decided that rather than try to go to the store and get stuff off the shelves, which wasn't there, that they need to go out and they need to get seeds and grow their own stuff. So there's gonna, maybe, I'm just only telling you what other people are saying, is that there could be a seed shortage and there's not going to be a lot out there for you. And so what I picked up, and I've bought from Baker Creek before, and they're a good company. They're in Missouri, and they're highly recommended by a lot of people, but I've been buying them too. And so if you want to find them, it's rareseeds.com, and they're running on their COVID schedule like everybody else. But I got these in a couple weeks after I ordered them, but they're out of a lot of stuff. But I got hot peppers, because you saw in the garden I grow hot peppers anyway, so I know, that's something that we like. Buy stuff you like. Don't buy stuff that is like, oh, maybe I should get some of that. Buy stuff that you know that you've grown before, or stuff that you like. I got these, the beets. We grew a lot of beets. We didn't grow these kind, and I like these kind. These are called cylindra, and they're long like this, and so they are easy to slice. They're not round, they're long slicers, and they're really good. And beets are so good for you. They carry a lot of nutrition and stuff, and you can ferment them, you can pickle them, you can roast them. There's so many different ways of eating them. They're just really good for you. They help build your blood. We eat spinach. My spinach didn't do well this year because I think it was just so hot. It just it didn't even take off. So I got spinach, because we eat spinach all the time. We eat a lot of salad stuff. People laugh at kale, but kale is really good for you, so I got a package of kale. My kale didn't do good. Now I have some, and it's covered over with weeds. I seriously need to get in there and weed, but we planted some later, and hopefully we'll have a crop for this fall. And this takes it doesn't say how long it takes, but it's already starting to come up. So we're going to have some, you got to look at what you're growing, your frost date is, and how many days it is until that period of time. And a lot of this stuff, so you can plant like a second garden, after you harvest the stuff that you planted in the spring. And kale is good, and in salads, if you cut it up real small, or you can stir fry it, or make kale chips. I can eat a whole bowl of kale chips by myself. They're awesome. And then peppers. So we grow peppers, and for those of you that don't know it, all peppers start out green and then they turn red. So you can eat them at any stage. So those are good. I got radishes, and that's a good spring crop, and we just like radishes in our salad. So they threw in some free seeds for lettuce, and I had bought lettuce from another place. I couldn't find anything locally, so I got lettuce, and I planted some, and like I said, it was too hot, so it didn't come up, but we'll have plenty of seeds for next year. I got my favorite beans. What we have out there on the pole beans are, I think they're Kentucky Wonders. It's one of Terry's favorites, and they were a little bit late. I think we're like a month behind what we usually are, because when I look at my Facebook memories, it's like I harvested that stuff a month ago on my Facebook memories, and we're just now getting around to it now because everything's late. But I like the Roma beans. And I'm showing you all this and I realize that it's all backwards. Oh well, you got the idea. A bean is a bean, right? We just started growing cucumbers this year, and we, like I said, we got maybe a dozen cucumbers before the powdery mildew took over. But I'm pickling, I'm fermenting, you know, eating them in salads. Terry doesn't really care for cucumbers in his salad, but he likes the fermented ones. They taste like, well, you put dill in them, and they're just like dill pickles, like Clausen's. Clausen's dill pickles, I think, are fermented because that's why they keep them in the refrigerator section. Our Swiss chard did very poorly this year, and this is kind of like a lettuce. This is a salad sort of product, and I wanted the rainbow variety, so it has all different colors in it and stuff like that. This is just the one called Vulcan, so it makes good salad greens. And I got broccoli, because we eat lots of broccoli. And I thought I ordered some cauliflower too. You know, I'll have to go back and look at my order. Maybe I didn't get everything that I ordered, so I have to look. I know I ordered some other things. Maybe they were out. So we'll see. And because I pickled the cauliflower, or not pickled it, but fermented it, and it was really good. So anyway, that's why I chose the seeds that I did. That's why I'm buying my seeds now, because there may not be any in the spring. And that goes for all your canning stuff if you're doing canning. The supplies might not be there, so kind of look ahead and just be ready. You know, get some extra stuff. And I don't mean to go out and hoard, but you know, just look at the stuff that you've been using now, and just, you know, instead of buying one, buy two. Don't buy a dozen and be a pig so nobody else can have any, but just, you know, just stock up here and there a little bit, and be prepared. That's all I can tell you. All right, well, thanks for watching this video, and if you'll like it and share it, maybe I'll become famous and make money off of YouTube. Well, you know, it's worth a try. All right, you guys be blessed. Take care. Bye.